What's up, guys? Campfacer here. Today I'm going to talk about why horror movies were scarier to us older people and not that scary to the new generation, and why the new generation doesn't appreciate horror movies like we appreciate them.
Campfacer.
I'm going to explain to you guys, this is probably 100% accurate. Some of you guys already know this shit, but I kind of was like, I was drinking last night and I'm like, you know what? This is so fucking true. I got to explain this theory to you guys. Basically, roughly in the 80s generation, late 70s, early 80s and on, but from the 90s to the 2000s, there's been a lot of fucking people complaining about movies and this is not scary. I'll tell you why it's not scary to them and why they nitpick and they go to the theater and they come out and they're like, oh, this was horrible. The acting was horrible. Oh, too many jump scares. It was too, cheesy, generic, and this and that and the next thing. When we grew up in the 80s, myself, I'm young at heart, but I'm getting older, okay? I got back problems right now. I'm going through fucking hell with my back lately. I've been out of work for like a week and a half with my back. It took me forever to get out of the shower. It sucks. It fucking sucks. I need to go to therapy, I think, this week coming up. Anyways, growing up in the 80s, watching horror movies, here's the thing. We were not exposed to anything, okay? We were very confined kids. We only had our fucking bikes to get away from reality. When we came home from school, the only way to get away from reality and go into our own little fucking world was jump on our BMX bikes and take a ride. And then once we had to come home, it all went back to reality again, where we had to go to school, get yelled at by our parents, all that shit. But we were not exposed to online media, groups, boards, message boards, YouTube videos, reviews, and opinions, and everyone's entitled to their fucking opinion and all this bullshit, all right? We were fucking confined kids. That means when we watched a fucking movie, we had no fucking idea. We had no idea what was about to happen. Like, we didn't see fucking horror movies. We didn't know anything about horror. We were lucky if we got 3 channels in on our fucking TV, okay? So when our parents rented a horror movie, because we didn't get to go to the theater that much, not a lot of people did. When our parents rented a horror movie on VHS, they first off had to fucking put the movies on reserve. You couldn't just walk in and walk out and have the option to grab whatever movie or download, these days, download a fucking movie. We had to put, if a movie came out, say Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, it was on VHS. When it came out, they only got 2 to 3 copies of that movie in the little mom pa shop. Now, everybody wanted to rent that movie. So you would have to put your name on a list, and a week later, you might get that fucking movie. Oh, they'd call you and be like, your movie's in. Then you'd have to rush down, because if you didn't show up within like half a day, they'd pass it on to the next person. Okay, so in general, us kids growing up in the 80s didn't sit there and we had no, we couldn't be like, oh, this movie is like this movie, or oh, we didn't nitpick about, a bad story, or this is going to be horrible. No, we had no idea. That's why it was so great to us, you guys. We'd sit there and take it all in. You know, granted they were cheesy, but back then we had no idea. There was no, cheesy was good to us because that's all they offered, you know? There was no explosion, CGI, digital matte paintings and all that stuff. It was all practical effects, and it scared the shit out of us, and we appreciated it because there was no online to judge fucking movies. And I'm getting angry because it just pisses me right the fuck off. Kids nowadays have no fucking idea how to sit down and enjoy a fucking movie. They immediately have to think about, how can I rip this thing apart, and not even get into it. I don't immerse myself into the movie because I'm thinking more about why it should be bad, or why it could be, why it is bad, and then they sit there and tell their friends, this movie was horrible. This sucked. This sucked. This movie's good. This movie sucks. Fucking close it out. Enjoy it. Enjoy films. Go in. If it sucks, lower your standards down and be like, okay, it's not that good, but I'm going to go and immerse myself. My imagination, people forget, there's something called imagination. Put your imagination into something for once and enjoy it for what it is. That's what movies should be, especially horror movies. Now that's why I'm making this video for you guys, is because I just want to show you guys what we grew up watching in the 80s and why we loved it, and why horror movies were scary to us. And this is why we appreciate horror movies more than you guys nowadays. I'm not saying everybody, so don't get me wrong. Don't fucking yell at me in the comments down below. Not saying everyone that's in this generation. I know there's a lot of people that do appreciate it. I'm talking general, so please take it easy on me. I felt like I had to rant about this a little bit and show you guys why I'm the fucking king of horror over here. Because, you know, back then, it was kind of like getting my hands on something I'm not supposed to. And being a boy, boys are like, they always want to get into trouble and shit growing up. That was kind of like my thing. I was like, ooh, we get to watch some horror movies, you know? And it was fun shit. And that's why I still am doing horror. And this is my passion. It's coming out of my deep down inside, buried down inside me, and I'm letting it all out to you guys. And I wish everybody got into it as much as me and other people. I do say that some movies nowadays suck and stuff, but I try to appreciate it like I did back then, and I wish everyone would. So, anyways, oh, my fucking back. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I do have a join button on my join members on my YouTube, so I would appreciate if you guys signed up, became a member, and help support the channel if you can. That would be great. That'd be awesome. If you guys have not subscribed, please do check out my content. I do live stream video games as well. I'm like spitting all over the place. But yeah, we're here to have fun and join the camp army, you know, be a part of my little army I'm building. I'm building an army of campers. You guys are gonna be my counselors, all right? The fuck was that? Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and make sure to stay out of the woods.